I recently covered the M1 Finance Owner's Card, but I wanted to revisit it today to provide as much transparency as possible. In my video, I covered all of the cashback rewards of the card, as well as the portfolio required to earn every possible reward. I wrapped things up with tips for calculating whether this card was worth having, but I think I fell short on giving you context for my situation. So in this video, I want to walk you through how I determined whether the M1 Finance card was worth it for me. Hopefully this can give you some insight on how to calculate the cost versus rewards for any credit card, and some more context to my decision on the M1 Finance Owner's Card. We'll run through each cashback category from 10% to 2.5% and estimate my annual rewards for this card based on my expected spending. My goal here is to determine whether the rewards from this card will offset the cost of the annual $125 M1 Plus fee required to get the card, and provide enough additional rewards to justify getting it over another credit card. To do this, after estimating all of my spending and rewards, we'll compare it to some standard credit card offers and reach our conclusion. Just a reminder, I won't be covering all of the rewards in depth because I'm going to focus on where I personally spend. So if you want more details and you haven't seen my previous video yet, be sure to start there. But with that, we'll get into it. Starting with the 10% cashback rewards companies, there are really just two places I know without a doubt I will be spending at. The first is Spotify, where I currently pay $11.33 per month for a premium subscription. With 10% back, that's $1.13 per month thanks to the M1 Finance Owner's Card, or $13.56 per year. Next is GameStop. Now I'm not a huge gamer, but I have historically bought about 3 new games per year for my Nintendo Switch. 10% back is bigger than any other discount I could get on new game releases, so GameStop would definitely become my go-to for new games. Snagging 10% on 3 new games per year that retail for $60 each would be a total of $18 in cashback before taxes. I also think that this is a low estimate, because I could end up buying a new console or other video game related items that would boost this even further. I share a Netflix account that I don't pay for, and my use of Adobe software and Dropbox is covered by my job. So even though I use those brands, I won't be paying for them with the M1 card. I could seek out other purchases at some of these other brands if I need something, but I want to stick to the guaranteed purchases that I will be making to get the best estimates on my rewards. Moving on to our 5% cashback rewards, I have a few other guaranteed spending categories. For starters, I eat at Chipotle about once a month, and according to my credit card, I have $185 of Chipotle transactions within the last 12 months. So 5% on that balance would be $9.25 per year in estimated cash back. Similarly, I have $110 in Starbucks transactions within the last 12 months, which would be $5.50 of estimated cash back. And the last thing I know I will be spending on in this category is airlines. I'm currently planning a trip to the Pacific Northwest next summer, where I'll be buying plane tickets for both my girlfriend and myself. Given the list of airlines eligible for 5% cash back, I expect to be able to use one of them for this trip and get 5% back on my ticket prices. Potential flights look to be around $400 round trip, so that $800 purchase would net me $40 in cash back. Again, I could potentially spend at brands like Nike, Etsy, and maybe purchase additional flights depending on how the pandemic is looking, but I'm trying to identify my minimum guaranteed rewards here. And that leaves us with a 2.5% cashback category, which is going to be a little trickier, but we'll see what we can do. Starting with Amazon, I've spent $200 in the last calendar year, which would net me an estimated $5 in cash back. I've spent $300 at Walmart, which would net me an estimated $7.50 in cash back. I live right around the corner from a Walmart, and it is my go-to for any cheap house essentials, like toilet paper, dish soap, trash bags, and things of that nature. Getting an extra 2.5% back here will make those prices even better, so I imagine my Walmart spending will go up with my ownership of the M1 credit card. I've spent $85 on eBay for an estimated $2.12 of cash back, plus about $60 total at Taco Bell and McDonald's for another $1.50 of cash back. Finally, I use Airbnb at least once a year for vacation, and I definitely expect to use it again for my trip next summer. I've averaged at about $600 per year over the last 4 years, so I'll use that number for this estimate and get a cash back of $15. I'm sure I'll use Uber as well. My use of Uber has been inconsistent for the last year since I'm not really going to bars. Given my upcoming vacation and loosened social distancing restrictions, I'm going to estimate this at $50 for next year for $1.25 of cash back. By adding all of these numbers up, we'll get my total expected annual cashback rewards for the M1 Finance Owner's Card. My total comes to an estimated $118.56, which is just shy of that $125 annual fee for M1 Plus. Again, since I use the lowest guaranteed spending estimates for each category, I'm sure I'll get a few extra dollars here and there, but it looks like I can generally expect to break even with the cashback rewards and the cost of M1 Plus. There were a few standouts here that made this card worth it for me, namely GameStop with 10% off anything I need for gaming, and the travel cashback from airlines and Airbnb. However, most of these 2.5% back categories don't make a huge dent in annual rewards, even with a few $100s worth of spending. To me, this emphasizes that this card makes a lot of sense if you know you'll be a big spender at one of those 5 or 10% back categories. If so, you can more than make up for the cost of the card without even considering the other purchases you'll be making throughout the year. But the question is, does it make sense compared to other cards? The M1 Finance Owner's Card currently offers no sign-up bonus, which means all of your rewards come exclusively from spending with the card. Given the $125 M1 Plus fee or the $95 annual card fee, depending on your M1 Finance membership, you're already setting yourself back just by signing up for the card. In comparison, other cashback credit cards typically offer $100 to $300 sign-up bonuses without any annual fees. Although they might offer lower cashback rewards, such as unlimited 2% back or perhaps specific cashback categories, you may actually make more money by taking advantage of one of these simple offers than the M1 Finance credit card. For example, with all of the spending I outlined earlier, totaling about $2,700, I'm expected to earn $120 with the M1 Finance Owner's Card. Compare this to something like the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card, which offers a $200 sign-up bonus and an unlimited 2% back with no annual fees. That's $200 for signing up, plus another $54 on the $2,700 of expected spending, for $254 in total rewards. We can repeat this comparison with just about any card, so to figure out if it makes sense for you, you really have to calculate your expected rewards with M1 Finance and compare it to any other credit card of interest. But if I'm barely breaking even on this card and I know there's better options out there, why am I getting this one? In short, I really like the M1 Finance platform, and I plan to continue using the M1 Plus membership regardless of this card. Since I already expect to pay the $125 fee to continue having the benefits of M1 Plus, this card will actually help me offset the cost of that membership. The main feature I feel good about paying for with M1 Plus is the opportunity to borrow against my portfolio at just a 2% interest rate. This is lower than I've seen anywhere else, and I want to keep this available for emergency situations and potentially adding a little leverage to my long-term portfolio. As my portfolio value increases, I expect this feature to replace any traditional bank loans I could get in the future, since 2% is cheaper than just about any type of loan anywhere else. And again, there are a handful of spending categories with the M1 Finance card that I know will pay off significantly. So even though this won't be an incredibly rewarding card, I think it should at least pay for itself, and it may come in handy for a few big purchases down the line. The more I've looked at different credit cards lately, I've realized there's no perfect all-in-one credit card. The M1 Finance card definitely isn't it, especially if you're not looking to use the platform to begin with. Instead, I think we have to build a strategic portfolio of credit cards, just like we would with stocks or other investments. By diversifying with multiple credit cards that maximize rewards in different categories, we can earn the highest possible cashback rewards in the areas that we spend the most. And as long as you know how to use credit cards responsibly, I think this is where the biggest potential lies. So the M1 Finance Owner's Card will just be one piece of my overall credit card portfolio, and I'll use it when it makes sense to do so. But I plan to continue strengthening my wallet around my spending habits to earn and save as much as possible. Hopefully this gave you guys some perspective on navigating credit card rewards, both with the M1 Finance Owner's Card and with others. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them below, and I'll see you in the next video.